Welcome everybody to a new episode of The King Chase, and today I've got a really special example for you. It is easily the most craziest position I've ever seen resulting from an actual chess game, and I'm talking about the game Ni Hua against Li Guanglian played in 2012. I mean, just look at this position. What the heck is going on? Well, it's easy to figure out whose move it is because right now White is threatening checkmate on h7, so black to move. And at this point, Li Guang could have actually made himself immortal, because in this position it's just an absolutely amazing combination possible, but he missed it, which is very unfortunate. Could have been one of the most incredible combinations of all time, indeed. So, as always, of course, I'm going to ask you to try to solve it yourself. And don't be afraid. I mean, there's really a lot to take from this position, and I actually recommend set it up on the board. Really take out your board, set it up, and then spend a good amount of time with it. You can spend half an hour, more, whatever you like, and try to calculate as much as you can. And there's some absolutely amazing variations here. And if you can actually solve it, then bravo, and you'll be quite happy to find it. Okay, enough talking. Stop the video now, and then I'm going to show it, or partly. I will throughout the video ask you a lot more times to try to find it yourself. Okay, the first move is not too difficult to find. It's bishop a3 check, and here already White is having several different options. King takes b3, the main line. Let's start with king a1. That's not too difficult to refute. b2 check, king takes a2, and now bishop c5 check, allowing after king takes b2, queen takes b6 check, which is now followed by mate on b4. So that was easy, but what about king c3? This is already more difficult, and actually here again I would like to ask you what to play with black. Alright, I'm going to proceed. a1 queen, and we will see in a moment why this deflection of the rook was necessary. And here black proceeds with rook takes c4 check. Again, there are a lot of variations to calculate. Okay, knight takes c4 is pretty straightforward. Queen b4 is mate again. But king takes c4, and actually I have to admit, before I started this video, I already tried to record one, and then I couldn't find a mate after king takes c4, so I had to stop the video myself and try to figure it out. But I think I found it now. Again, black has to play pretty precise, but queen a6 check, king takes b3, now queen d3 check, forcing king a2, and now bishop c1 check. And that's not mate yet. White takes on a8, but now actually black is having a choice, queen a3 or queen c4. I think queen c4 is nicer. And here we have it once again. Black is checkmating. Alright, so that leaves king d2, but now bishop b4 check, and now we see why black played this a1 queen, because now oftentimes this rook can be taken. So king e2, rook c2 check. Well, if the king retreats to f1, of course rook takes a1 follows, so bishop d2, but now rook takes c2, king e3, queen takes b6, and it is all over pretty soon. I mean, yeah, queen d4 follows, and so on. And this is going to lead to checkmate very soon. Queen c6 also possible. Yeah, that's just over. Alright, but let's return to this position, king b3. And here we see actually the whole point, how to proceed now. And again, I'm going to ask you to stop the video, because I really want you to take the most you can from this example. and again try to calculate and find the right moves. Alright, and that's the whole beauty here. So before, after king c3, we saw black is promoting queen, but this time he's promoting a knight on a1. Again, well, white doesn't have to take, but let's look at the other moves if white doesn't take. Well, king a2 is easy, of course. Bishop c1 is just leading to mate, that's clear. King c3 is also quite familiar to you already. Rook takes c4, it's very similar here. Now this time it's quite clear, king takes c4 is immediately, well, queen c6 would maybe, yeah, queen c6. Bishop c5, queen takes c5 mate. So king d2 again, but now rook c2 and just take the queen, and there's no mate anymore on h7, and that's it. Okay, but how to continue after rook takes a1? And once again I asked you to stop the video once again, because now we're really seeing the incredible beauty of this whole combination. This is still very difficult, so spend as much time as you would like to. Okay, so the point is that now black sacrifices queen with queen takes b6, bishop takes b6, and knight d4 check. And it's just mind-blowing pretty much, just sacrifices queen. Now knight d4 check, and if bishop takes d4, then rook cb8 check, and only 2 rooks and 2 bishops are left, but they're enough to mate the white king. King c3, bishop b4 check, king b2, and bishop d2, followed by mate, bishop b6, rook takes b6 mate. So that doesn't work for white. So, well, king a2 is also clear again, bishop c1, so king c3. And now once again, from here on it's not that difficult anymore. I guess black is not having too many options, but again, try to find the finishing touch here. Yeah, black is sacrificing this rook as well, but this rook can't be taken because of mate. And that's just the amazing thing. In a couple of moves, first black gives his knight on a1, then the queen, then the rook, sacrificing all his material pretty much, but it's checkmate here in the middle of the board. And well, if the king retreats to d2, then knight takes f3, and now, well, just take on h2, win back the queen, and yeah, it's just all over. Absolutely amazing. What is so sad is actually that in the game, Li Kuang played h5, and then after queen takes h5, he did all that what we just saw. He played all the moves, but there's a major difference in the very end of the variation. So let's go through that and see what happens. Now he plays all that. He finds this move, gives this check, gives knight d4 check, but the difference is, well, now still white cannot take, but here with the queen on h5, the queen is not being forked anymore by the knight, by knight takes f3, and the white king is escaping. Seemingly Li Kuang played rook c2 and resigned, but yeah, I don't even know where the king goes here, honestly. Wait, no, not to d1. No, to e3. Yeah, to e3, of course. Yeah, rook c3, king takes e4, and there's no defense against queen h8. Yeah, that's very, very unfortunate. He could have made himself immortal with this combination, but still, we could enjoy the beauty of chess in here. Absolutely astonishing. I would love to hear your comments about that. How far did you see it? What did you see? I would love to hear that. incredible difficult, of course. That is, yeah, definitely the most difficult one I present in this series, but it's full of beautiful moves and variations. Alright, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.